What is up, YouTube? It's me, John Avenger. Once again, I wanted to do a different angle for video number two of Anime and Asian Cinema Month. This is a 1999 anime that came out based on one of the most popular cartoons animes of all time from Japan. My favorite anime. I've watched it since 1998. I've been a huge fan of the games. I've collected the cards, and you guys know what it is. This is the very first movie of Pokemon. Mewtwo versus Mew. Yeah. I saw this movie. I didn't see it in the theater back in 1999 because I was, really young and I wasn't really a theater going guy that much in 99. But I did see this movie on VHS back in the year 2000 and I was blown away because it was the very first Pokemon movie ever released in the US. And the film was a huge box office success in the US because the games were very popular at the time. They still are. And the movie, came out huge huge box office hit in the US and in Japan, and just the hype for it was amazing. When I saw the trailer for this, I was really amazed. And does it hold up? Yeah, I still think the movie's kind of underrated when you think about it, because the critical reception was really bad for it. It's strange because what we got here was a pretty damn awesome Pokemon movie, for its time. And this is the VHS. This is what it looks like. Very generic looking, but I've had this. I got this for my birthday when I was 15, and I was very happy to get it. It's definitely entertaining. For anime, it's very simple. If you skip the Pikachu's Vacation, which is the short film that airs before this, but they explain Mew's origin and they show Mewtwo in the beginning. And I don't want to spoil too much about it because you haven't seen this movie. It's very old. I think you can see it now for yourself. Mewtwo is basically a clone of Mew, and the scientists are experimenting on him, and then he blows them up. And Mewtwo is a badass in this movie. He really is. And he basically controls this island where Pokemon can to control Pokemon away from humans because he thinks humans are inferior, that they don't want anything except to be slaves. And Ash and the rest of the team go along. Ash, Misty, Brock, etc. Team Rocket. And I get the message of the film. Basically, how fighting is wrong with people fighting against each other is wrong, that we should live in harmony with human and Pokemon alike. I get it. I don't think that it's ham-fisted like a lot of message movies nowadays. And if you have kids, you can let them watch this film. There is a downside to the film. It is the fight between Mew and Mewtwo could have been a little bit better. The film has a dark tone to it, so it's not rainbows and and unicorns with this movie. It goes to the nitty gritty once Mewtwo shows up because he's a badass and he's relentless. And basically, the third act is it's really kind of dramatic, and it's kind of it goes from funny to dramatic, and I'm like, oh no, it didn't need to be like that. And you know, I think that a Pokemon movie should doesn't have to be overly dramatic because the show was very funny and cartoonish, and and silly, and you don't need to make it dark because and edgy, because this is not like Grace of the Fireflies or Akira or Princess Mononoke. It's something light, but they definitely learn from that in the sequels, which I do prefer. But I don't hate this movie. I think this movie is a lot of fun. I've had this VHS for a long time. I would love to, upgrade to a DVD or Blu-ray. Target has an exclusive steelbook which has this, the second movie, and the third movie. That would be definitely a pickup I would want to get this month or in April. But this is an awesome movie. A lot of people crap on this film saying it's one of the worst animes ever made. No, there's a lot worse animes that came out years later, like Digimon and a bunch of other stuff. Also, some of the dubbing is wrong. Like some of the Pokemon they say in the movie are wrong, but other than that, I don't think the dubbing is that bad. It's definitely more serviceable than a lot of other animes I've seen and cartoons. In the U.S. But this is a fun movie, and I would say watch it if you've seen the series. And it's the very first one, and if you can get a copy of this, which is not hard to find, the VHS copy is definitely hard to find because it's out of print. So I'm glad I got this. Anyway, this is a fun movie. It's a film from not from my childhood, from my teen years, and I'm glad to have it on VHS. You know, it's a gem, and I definitely prefer the second movie over this, but this was a nice start for the franchise. So that was my review of Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, as they called it in Japan, and I would definitely recommend it for kids, and but know what they're getting into. You know, it's not gory. There's no blood or anything, but the tone is definitely darker than the first season of the show. But I still would recommend it anyway. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing and commenting. You guys are awesome. It's going to be a fun month full of anime and Asian inspired culture. I just love it. It's just really awesome to think about. And stay tuned for another review, number 3, which will be tomorrow. So take care, guys. Later.